And I get. Hi, everybody. This is MoveEasy Yoga with Via. Today is June 19th. It's a national holiday.
Juneteenth.
2021. We're going to start in the ordinary fashion, lying on your back with your knees bent. If you'd like to, you can lie with your knees bent and your knees up on a box or a chair or a couch. We're going to do it later anyway, though. I just want you to bring your attention to your breath and think about why you came and how you got here and watching your breath. Watching your breath, not trying to change it. The chance to remember who you are. You're not doing anything. Notice if your breath is changing. Is it getting slower? Is it getting longer, deeper? There is no right or wrong answer. Just becoming aware of your breath. I love my body and my body loves me. This is a mantra or a sankalpa that you can say now. You can say it during your practice. You can say it after your practice. Just returning yourself to your awareness and to compassion and love for yourself. The next thing we're going to do, you're going to stay there. You're going to do vagus nerve reset. If you'd like to, you can bring your hands behind your back, behind your head, interlace your fingers or stack your hands. Rest your occipital ridge, the base of the back of the skull, in your hands. If this is too much, putting your hands there, you could also have your hands beside your hips or on your belly, if it's too hard to put your hands up like that. Now, without moving anything, nothing, don't move anything except your eyeballs. Shift your eyeballs to the right. Your eyes can be open or closed. Shift your eyeballs to the right and watch for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. If you're new at this may take a while. I mean, as in more than one time and more than one class to find this, but do it anyway. When you've noticed that sign that your vagus nerve has reset itself, go back to center and look left. Just your eyeballs moving to the left. And watching for an involuntary sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Eyes open or closed. What happens here is we're moving the nerve in the eyeball to trigger the release of the vagus nerve, which is out behind the eye sockets. But you don't need to know that to have this work for you. Come on back. Do this 2 more times without my cueing. Right, left, take your time. Don't move anything but your eyeballs. And finish up the last one. Bring your eyeballs back to the center. Get ready for breath work. While you're here, you can be in the same shape that you were, bent knees, feet on the floor, or your bent knees can be up in a chair. Kathy puts therapy balls under her head. But we're going to do breath work, extended exhale breath. So with the extended exhale breath, you count the length of your inhale, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and then try to make the exhale longer than your inhale. And that's all there is to it. I want you to spend some time here in the extended exhale breath. This is a very relaxing breath. And finish up. Now we're going to do head ramping. So for head ramping, you want to put your hands behind your head again, or you can have a set of therapy balls at your occipital ridge. Or you can have a sponge ball, which I actually like. I'm favoring this at the moment. Put the sponge ball at the occipital ridge. Whatever you have there, it could be a stack of towels. You're just going to press the occipital ridge back towards the floor. What happens is the skull slides away from the shoulders, the chin drops because of that movement, that ramping movement. Stay there, hold, take some breaths, and then release. That is the head ramping movement. It actually helps release some of the tension that we hold in our neck and shoulders. And if you do this often enough, your body will Long for it. And just pressing the skull back into the floor or the ball or the stack of towels. Staying there for a few breaths and then releasing. One more head ramp. And then just relax. You may want to turn your head from side to side. We're going to do hypopressives. We're going to do the classic hypopressive. Your knees are bent. Your heels are on the floor. Your toes are towards the ceiling. Bring your arms up in front of your chest as if you're hugging a tree. Flip the hands. Press the palms into the ceiling and the shoulder blades, the scapula into the floor. So activate your arms and shoulders.
Should our head still be on the balls, or?
It can be on the balls. It doesn't have to be on the balls. It can be on a stack of washcloths. Kathy has hers on washcloths.
It's just more comfortable that way.
For her, it is, yeah. So if you were adding balls under your head, if you like that, it would be an add-on. It's not the basic instruction. Kathy's is more the basic instruction. A couple of washcloths under your head. We're going to take 3 deep breaths, then stop breathing, hold the breath out, count, and I'll count to 15. I'll count for the breath too. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, all the way out. Hold your breath out, no breath. I'm going to count to 15. Stay as long as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay as long as you can. 11, 12, but no longer. 13, 14, 15. Inhale and then exhale. Just drop your arms, extend your legs. We're going to go into a position where you're going to cross your right ankle over your left ankle. Bring your arms back in the same position, hugging a tree, palms facing the ceiling. The right hand is on top of the left. Now bring your arms overhead. So
if your right is crossed, isn't it your?
Yep, right ankle crossed, left hand on top. Sorry. And then bring your arms straight overhead as far as you can get them. And we'll do 3 breaths and then holding for another hypopressive. This is actually for core work. It's also for incontinence. It helps repair the pelvic floor muscles and some of the organs that are in the down there. Okay, so I'm going to start to count to breathe. 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. All the way out. Hold your breath out. No breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should feel the rib cage expand. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale and exhale, come out of this, switch to the other side, left ankle over right ankle. Bring your arms up over your chest. Stack them. So the right hand is on top now, bringing your both hands overhead. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Number 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. Exhale. All the way out. Hold your breath out, no breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale and exhale. Come all the way out of this. I want you to stay here. We're going to do some supine lower back movements. The first one is one of my favorites, is to find a chair, bend your knees and put your bent knees on a chair. This is called static rest. If you have any lower back issues, this is a great way to, a very quiet, static, obviously, way to start to release some of the tension in your lower back. And we're going to be here for 4 minutes once we get set up. So there's Kathy. She's on a chair. Her feet are on a chair, knees bent. You should try to find something comfortable. So your butt may be close to the chair. It may be a little farther away. And your hands can be wherever you want. And I'm going to do this too. So let me see what I can do for that. I haven't started timing yet because I want to get myself down here too, so I can benefit from this. Okay, I'm timing for 4 minutes, but let me say this about that. That you could be here for an hour and benefit from this movement. Staying here, breathing. One of the things this position does is release the hip flexors, which are often part of the problem with lower back. I'm putting my head on a sponge ball. It's a little high. I'm putting my head on a thin yoga brick. We have about 30 seconds, so you could stay here for a much longer time if you have it. You have other things to do, but this is a great place to be for any number of reasons, including releasing some of the tension in the lower back. Okay, we made it. You're going to stay there. You can keep your knees bent and up on the chair. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to practice moving the pelvis and nothing else. So the pelvis, there are these two bones that are below they're kind of plate-shaped bones that large flat bones that are below your spine. And releasing the pelvis can often help to release the spine, including the lumbar spine. So the first thing you're going to do is tilt forward and backward. So I think I will do this for 40 seconds, the tilt, instead of counting, maybe 30. So you're going to drop your tailbone towards the floor between your legs, and then slowly bring the tilt it the other direction. So the tailbone is up, the top of the back of your pelvis is on the floor, your lumbar curve is gone, or most of it, and then you just keep going. We're going to do that for 30 seconds, just slowly tilting as if you're spilling water between your legs, if you had a cup of water on your belly, and then as if you're spilling water into your navel. And back and forth. This is called anterior tilt, posterior tilt, but you don't have to know that for it to work. One direction and then the other. And that's 30 seconds. Now we're going to tilt the pelvis towards the top of the pelvis. You can put your hand at the side of the pelvis at the top, and then push your pelvis. You're on the right side, push it up towards your armpit. So this is a hip hike. Hip hiking on the right, and then coming down. Make this slow, everybody. It's not a lot of movement. And then do the other side too. So you're going to do right hip hike, left hip hike. I like to put my thumb on top of the outside edge of the pelvis as it moves towards my armpit. I'm going to do that for 30 seconds. Hike and hike and hike, hike right, hike left. So these are the 6 directions of movement of the pelvis. Come back to center, to neutral. And now you're going to drop the pelvis, this plate. You're going to drop it to the right. You could put your finger on that landmark, bony landmark that's in the front of the pelvis, called the ASIS. Push down on the ASIS and then let it come up, and then push down on the left side. So try not to make this into a hip hike, which is what we just did. It's a rotation. The pelvis rotates, drops to the side, comes back to the neutral, and then goes to the other side. We're going to start timing now. These are movements of awareness. Slow is better. This set is called the 6 directions of movement of the pelvis. DOM. It'd be smaller movement for some of you than others, depending on you. Come back to neutral, where you think you're not tilted, you're not height, nothing. You're in a neutral position with the pelvis, and just stay here and take some breaths and notice what happened or didn't happen. There's no right or wrong. And now you're going to shove the block, the chair, whatever was under your knees. You're going to shove it out of the way and put your bent knees, your knees bent, feet on the floor, with room to move your feet. So the chair is gone. The chair, the brick, the couch is gone, or you're going to have to move your body. Either way, you can move your body away from the brick with the chair. I have a philo block. That's why I say block. If anyone else does. All we're going to do now is, with a lot of awareness and with awareness of breath and movement, bent knees, starting on the right, we're going to alternate. Lift think of all of this movement as coming from the hip, not from the knee. You're going to bring your knee towards your face up to a 90-degree angle, and then slowly bring it down. This is just called knee lifts. And then do the other side. Up you go. And down, and think about what's happening here. We're going to do 9 more sets, Kathy. Number 2. Make it slow. Slow is better. It's telling the brain that it's safe to move here. And that this is the way, this is a fundamental movement at the hip joint. If there's any pain here, you can make it smaller, slower, or stop altogether. I think we're on number 4.
5. It doesn't matter.
5, it doesn't matter, but let's go with 5. And now 6. What's an extra repetition between friends? You tell me when we're at 10, Kathy.
8. 9.
You should not be moving the lumbar spine. It's in place. Your pelvis is in neutral. The thing you're moving is the leg bone. Well, both the upper and lower leg bone.
This is 10.
Okay,
Done.
finish up 10. And now when you bring your both feet down to the floor, we're going to do knee drops out to the right and then to the left. So we're alternating 10 again. Drop your right knee out to the right, your left knee stays pointed with the ceiling. And then you just slowly bring it back. You should feel some abdominal work, core work when you do this. Left. So how far you go depends on you. If you have to lift up the opposite butt cheek to go down farther on the side you're dropping, then that's too far. You want to keep your buttocks even. Let's do it slowly. This is a massage for the buttocks. It helps with knees, also knee issues. Slow is better. It's when you're moving slowly, your brain has a chance to talk to you and to listen to you. Moving fast has its place, but that's not what we're doing now. Tell me when it's 10, Kathy.
7.
Okay. This really feels good to me because I fell the other day, I was telling some of you, and I strained and sprained my glutes.
This is 10.
The next thing we're going to do is an internal knee drop with resistance from the other leg. So make sure that you have enough room. Your knees are still bent. You're going to drop your right knee into the inside toward the left knee as far as you can. Put your left foot and ankle on the outside of the right knee. And first of all, we're just going to do a stretching, and then we're going to make a resistance with it. So it's first stretch and wait. We're going to be here for 30 seconds. So the left foot is pressing down. You're stretching. You should feel this. You'll feel this in the quadricep, which is often tight and contributes to lower back issues, and the glutes. You should feel it all the way along the outside of your upper leg. 3 more seconds. Come on back slowly. Drop your left knee to the inside. This is an internal rotation. Right foot on top of the left, outside of the left knee. And start stretching. This is the basic move. We're going to add resistance, but it's optional. So I'll tell you about that in a minute. I can really feel my sprained glutes here. Come on all the way back up. Untangle your feet so they're on the floor. Now we're going to do it on the other side again, and this time we're going to add resistance. So drop your right knee internally. Put your left foot on the outside of the right knee. And now, instead of just staying here, I want you to move back and forth. It's a small movement. It can be a very small movement, resisting the movement. So most of you know about resistance. Maybe Irene doesn't. But when the right knee comes up, the left ankle resists the upward movement. When the left ankle is pushing down, the right knee resists the downward movement. So you're just moving and resisting, and you keep doing that for a little bit. You might feel some core work here. And now come on out of that, untangle yourself, come down to the other side. So untangle, feet on the floor, left knee drops to the inside, right ankle, outside of the right ankle is on the outside of the left knee. Starting a movement that is resisted. So moving back and forth, but when the bottom knee is coming up, the right foot is resisting that. When the right foot is pushing down, the left knee is resisting that. Just back and forth you go. This could be very, very slow. Be a little larger. And then go ahead and release that. Bring your knees together, feet together. Bring your, this is going to be revolved abdominals. Depending on you, you're going to have your knees all the way up towards your chest or out in a 90-degree angle. And then you're going to rotate, knees go to the right. Both knees go to the right. They don't have to drop to the floor. They shouldn't drop to the floor. Bring your, use your core to bring your knees back to center, and then the knees. Keep the knees even if you can. Remember, we're going to explore where you want your bent knees to be. Are they close to your chest? Are they farther out? And then back and forth, revolving abdominal pose. I want you to do 2 more sets. And whenever you're ready, just drop your feet to the floor. And now we're going to go into the leg stretch with a strap.
Oh.
So, why don't we sit up for a while, because we've been on our backs for a while. Let's do some floor seated work first, and then we'll come back to the leg stretches if we have time. Basically. Okay, so let's come up to a floor seated position. The first thing we're going to do is a side bend, right, left. You may want to sit on a blanket. You can have your legs cross-legged. You can be in another floor-seated position. Whatever you do, try to sit tall from the floor. This is my secret sauce, is teaching people to spend a lot of time on the floor. Take your right hand and slide it along the mat. Take your left hand up and over. We're going to be here for 40 seconds, but halfway through, we'll change it up a little bit. So keep your buttocks on the floor. You're crunching on the right and stretching on the left. This can be little or big. If you want to, you can move your head side to side. Be gentle with yourself. Drop your the top elbow towards the floor so that you can feel a little bit more stretch in the armpit and the latissimus dorsi. Come on up, elbow first. Now the whole entire torso comes up. Other side. Left arm slides along the mat. Right arm up and over. This is the movement that I could not do when I broke my arm. After I broke my arm, after I got out of this thing, I could not do this. Stay here, side bending. Because we spend so much time walking forward and backward, in the sagittal plane, it's called, we need to do spine twists and side bends to release the upper back, which actually also releases the lower back. Go ahead and, oops, I forgot to talk too much. Go ahead and bring your elbow forward. I'm going to pause it so we can spend a little more time with the elbow forward. If you are not able to do some of these poses, I want you to find an alternative. Maybe it would be with your legs up on a chair, like we started. Come on up, elbow first, torso next. Switch the direction of your legs if you haven't already. We're going to do a spine twist. Taking your left hand, putting it on your right knee, bring your right arm behind you in a spider fingers. Sit tall, maintain your spine twist. And if you'd like to, it's optional, but if you'd like to, you can slide your rib cage from side to side, trying not to involve your upper trapezius. So you're maintaining your spine twist, your spinal rotation, thoracic spine, and then adding the slide if you'd like. Could be really, really small. Well, the spine twist and the slide release your upper back, which actually will release your lower back. You're so connected. Try not to involve your shoulders when you're sliding. Come on back, slowly unwind. Take your right hand to your left knee, your left arm behind you, spider fingers. Once you've found and are maintaining your spine twist, sitting tall, go ahead and slide your rib cage side to side if you choose. Come on, slowly out of that. Stay here. Let's do, if you still have a strap, we're going to do stacked knees if you can. Maybe Caitlin, can you show your alternative, your support for this? I'm going to, where is Caitlin? She's outside the arrow. Caitlin, I'm going to spotlight you as well. Add spotlight. Well, there you are. So Caitlin has an alternative to do this if you can't do it without a strap. She has a strap version. So this one, look at Kathy. She has one knee forward and then the other knee also forward, but stacked on it. This is actually great. Irene, if you can do this or any version of this, this is great for releasing the piriformis and sciatica. So you're stacking one knee on top of the other. Where's my straps? Oh, here it is. And then you're going to put, we have debates about this. I'm going to put my strap on the left shoulder. My right knee is on top. My strap is on the left shoulder.
I'll let Caitlin explain what she's doing with her strap.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Caitlin. Say what you're doing with yours.
Probably you're going to need two straps because one is going to be for the legs. Right, Mom?
Yes.
So I have a strap with a buckle on it. And I can't do what Kathy's doing and do something with my arms. So I tend to put it underneath. Oh, wait, how did I do this last time? Yeah. Basically, it's just kind of holding your, how did I do it last time?
No, it was the opposite. You had it on the other way. You had it
On the other leg?
Yep, there.
Arm?
Yeah.
And then throw it over your other, up over your head and then to your left shoulder or your right shoulder.
Thank you, because I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I was going to do that.
Put up.
And then you're going to use your other strap to do whatever you're telling us to do.
So
it can hold you when your arms are free.
okay, so that's a variation. Thank you very much. And sitting here, just sitting here without doing, if you have trouble with the arm movements, Caitlin went into hiding again. So if you have trouble with the arm movements, just do this. Just try to do some variation of this. It's going to be really good for you, for releasing the sacrum and all the glutes and just a number of things. I put the strap, my right knee's up. I put the strap on the left and over my left shoulder. I'm going to hold on to it with my right hand is on holding on the top. My left hand is on the bottom. And I'm going to, is that what I'm going to do? No, I'm going to try it the other way. Try it, whatever way works for you. You're going to do the up and down as if you're scrubbing your back. So this is just, this is just an add-on in a way. Here you are, releasing your hips, your sacrum, your SI joint, and then you're scrubbing your back, or you're working on shoulder movement, shoulder mobility. Up and down you go. If it doesn't look like, if you don't like the way I'm doing it, try it the other way with your other hand up. Because I'm dyslexic and, who knows what you're seeing. Switch sides, everybody. Switch the legs so that the knee that was on the bottom is on the top. Remember that you can use a strap to help you get there if this isn't available to you right now. I'm going to put the strap, my left leg's on top. I'm going to put the strap on my right. My bottom arm is coming behind me, holding onto the strap. My top arm is coming out to the side, and I'm going to scrub. But I think some people might want to do it the other way. I don't think it really matters. All you're doing is seesawing up and down with your strap, trying to get a little more mobility in your chest and your shoulders. So let's stop that. We're going to be in trouble on time. Let's go ahead and find your way onto your.
Can I say something about the strap really
Sure.
quick? You have to kind of adjust it for yourself. Like it may be too tight or too loose or something. That's why the buckle is important if you're doing it the way I'm doing it. Because I was finding it was too tight and I was having to adjust it. That's all.
Okay. Right. Now we're going to go lie on the floor, everybody. Prone.
You can
I am going to
highlight or whatever.
Okay, remove stuff. So Kathy's going to lie on the floor with her arms beside her, palms up. We're going to do a prone back extension, but Irene, do not do this. I'm going to show you the alternative for this. And Kathy's going to show you the alternative actually. So instead of everybody else, probably, although you always have a choice, is going to lift. So this is what you don't do, Irene. Take an inhale, Kathy, and an exhale, and then come on up. There, that's what we're going for, except for Irene. I don't want her to do it because it could involve the lower back. So come on down, inhale and exhale. Well, here's what Irene's going to do. She's just going to move her arms up. So you should feel a nice stretch and strengthening along the extensors and the upper back. This is all you need, Irene. This will actually help. Everybody else, unless you want to stay with that version, come on up, take an inhale and an exhale, come on up. And stay here, keep breathing in and out. And maybe you'll even want to lift your chest a little higher. Believe me, I don't do this as nicely as Kathy because she has the privilege of doing it every week, twice a week, maybe usually. And I can't get up as high as this. Take an inhale and then an exhale, come on down. You're going to go up and go into, now Irene, I want you to stay down and do what you did before, just the arms up, but we're going to go into airplane. So take an inhale and then an exhale and lift up. Take another inhale. Exhale, arms out into airplane. Now stay here and breathe. And if you can, lift up a little higher or not. Good for the back. Unless unless you start feeling this in the lower back, then you either want to come down all the way or a little, or part of the way down. And then take an inhale and an exhale. And come on down. Bring your arms out into a T, all of you. Resting on the floor. Look to the right. This is really good for upper back, which is good for the lower back. So, but if you start feeling it in the lower back, you've gone too far. So look to the right. The hands, the chest, the armpits stay on the floor. Bring your right leg up and over. And it may not come as far as Kathy's, just so you know. But this is a really nice way to release the upper back. One of the things that happen to people with lower back issues is that lower back is taken over because the upper back is so tight and stiff. So anything we can do to mobilize upper back will actually provide relief to lower back pain. Come on back. Look to the other side. Lift your left, look to the left, lift your left leg up and over. And breathe. Make sure your armpits are on the floor, everything, the chest, the armpits, the arms on the floor. The hips can be doing anything that you can get to. I can create a thoracic spine adjustment with this pose. Better than chiropractor. Cheaper, more available. Come on back. Find your way onto your back for the closing meditation, Yoga Nidra 61-point guided meditation, lying on your back. If you'd like to, you could put your legs up on a chair or a bench or the bed. You may want to put a blanket over you. You may want to put a washcloth over your eyes. We're going to start. I'm going to guide you through 61 points of the body. You're going to bring your attention to those points, but you're not going to move them. You're just going to become aware of them. Starting with your breath, watching your breath. Watching the belly rise and fall as you inhale and exhale. And now bring your attention and your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This completes your 61-point guided meditation, Yoga Nidra. Start to bring your attention back to something more global, noticing the room you're in, your entire body. And then extend your legs, bring your arms overhead, and stretch in both directions, trying to create a little bit more space between your pelvis and your rib cage. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. And then whenever you're ready, hug your right knee to your chest and your left knee to your chest and both knees to your chest and rock from side to side. This will release the lower back. Just rocking from side to side. Could be big, could be little. And then whenever you're ready, roll all the way over into a side lying position with your bottom arm as a pillow. Use your top hand, palm to bring yourself up, push yourself up to seated. Find your favorite, unmute yourself. Find your favorite cross-legged or other floor-seated position. I'm going to change my view to gallery, which you guys might want to do also. We're going to close the class with Namaste, starting in prayer pose. And before we do that, you're still in prayer pose, but I want you to firmly on your hands. So press, 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 so you can find the scapula by pressing your hands together. A little bit of shoulder work. Take some breaths and then release, make the prayer pose softer. Lift your occipital ridge, the skull, lift it up off the shoulders so that you can nod, bow. Your spine stays straight, cervical spine straight. Just bowing, the skull is dropping forward, nodding, bowing, noticing, acknowledging, honoring the light in each of us. All the way. And then remembering that we're all one light. And then we're going to close the class by saying to each other, Namaste.
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 Thank you, everybody. I'm going to
Thank you.